This is Not Worth Living, a podcast that features creatives interviewing themselves with a preset list of questions. Unlike other podcasts that feel like conversation between friends, this one aims to feel like eavesdropping on a psychiatrist's visit. Today's episode features...
Hello, my name is Donyae Coles, and I am the author of Midnight Rooms. It's my debut Gothic novel, and I'm here to answer some questions. So, first up, what makes me tick? I don't know. I think I just run on pure spite. No, actually, I'm much nicer than that. I think it's just curiosity, if I'm being real. Um, I just wanna see what happens next in just about everything I do, so that keeps me going pretty well. Um, Luckily, I'm not a cat or else it would have killed me, but I'm still here. Next question. Would you open an envelope with your death date? I would like to say no, I wouldn't because I had that level of self-control, but about 3 minutes after you tell me what's in that envelope, I will be compelled to open it, even though I, in general, think it's probably a really bad idea because then now you have that hanging over you. Did you ever read that, anthology collection, The Machine of Death, where people would find out how they died? And I know that, like, knowing my death date would just be like, that would become the thing that I fixate on because, like, I only have so much time now, and I know that for certain. I mean, assuming that this is a world in which I know for certain that this piece of paper is telling me the truth. So, I would like to say, "No, I wouldn't," but I know in reality I would. I would not be able to stop myself. So, what was the first time you remember creating something intentionally? Um, Honestly, the first time I remember creating something intentionally was when I put a bunch of random stuff together, um, like from the refrigerator. I was little, I was like 4 or 5, and like just it was like yogurt and cheese. It was really weird, like that weird thing that kids do. I gave it to my mom, and this is a story. I gave it to my mom, and she was like I threw it away, that was disgusting. Um, and I was like, "Oh," but, like, I remember that being, like, a really intentional act on my part of, like, making something from what was in front of me. And I'm not a cook person, I'm not a, like, a foodie, right? I don't like to cook, but I think I just wanted to engage in the raw materials of putting things together. Um and that's, like, the first time that I really remember putting it. I remember, like, how it looked, like, because the cheese, held its shape and, the yogurt kinda spilled over it, and it was, like, just really goopy. It was a mess, but it was, like, really goopy, and it had, like, a lot of texture and a lot of shapes hidden below, like, the pink strawberryness of the yogurt. Um, it has a really strong memory for me for some reason. What keeps you motivated? Mostly the paycheck, like, money. I'm very money motivated. I'm very, keeping myself and my children housed motivated. I like heat. Real big fan of food. Uh, so, those things, they really keep me going. Um, no, I've always been driven to create, and I think even if I didn't make an income from what I do, I would probably still do it because it's just in me to do that. Like, I want to paint, I want to tell stories, I want to make things out of nothing. Um, I want to put cheese and yogurt together and watch it be gooey and textured. I think I will always do that, and I don't think there's any I don't think the thing that is in me that wants to do that can be named. I think that is a nameless primal part of me that just is like, "Yes, we are going to make things." It comes from the primordial soup of my soul. So, I don't know. Like, their logical, practical answer is, "I like a paycheck," but the more esoteric answer is, "I don't know, it's an unknowable thing that drives me, and if I don't do it, then I am not me, I become a sorry, sad, weird little thing that doesn't function and will fade away quickly." So, mm, who inspires you at the moment? Me. I inspire me. Count myself as a friend, you damn right. Um, no, like, my friend Sezen, who just moved from Florida, she, wrote Much Ado About Ha Kainu Reese Kiana Keanu, oh my gosh. She wrote Much Ado About Keanu. Um, I don't know why I couldn't pronounce that man's name. After, like, 3 decades of knowing who this man was, suddenly could not speak. Um, I found her to be really inspiring, and her, like, story and her life of just going towards it just really was like, "Wow, okay, yeah, like, I too can be free." Um, but I don't know, like, I am always inspired by things right now, like, in my artistic practice, it's not even, like, a person who's inspiring me. So I moved to Minnesota, uh, in the fall, and honestly, like, nature, and I am not a nature girly, but nature is just really getting in my head right now, like, oh my gosh, like, have you seen the sky? It's amazing. I get it, I get it. So, what's your latest project? My latest project that I'm working on is I'm working on my sophomore novel, which is another gothic, and it is a um kind of queer meditation on like the beauty and danger of our community and like how to live when all your friends are dying. That takes place in like 1700s Venice for fun. There's a monster. I don't know. Okay. If money was no object, what would be your dream project? Um, so I don't see, this is a weird question for me because I don't think money has anything to do with my work, you know? Like, it's not like I need a lot of money to do the things that I do. Um, I can always write. Uh, but I think if I was looking at it like, so like my biggest monies are like, do I have a place to be? Do I have food? Like, are all my material needs met? Can it like that will allow me to create, right? Um, am I dying under the oppressive weight of capitalism this week or not? Um, but we're gonna pretend that I am sponsored and I am well taken care of, and I have all of the cash I need in the world, and I am doing okay. Then what I really wanna do is, like, those giant paintings, like, those giant, like, canvas 9 by 6 feet, the whole wall, I gotta get on a ladder to do this thing. Like, that's what I would love to do. I would love to make big, giant artworks like that, which means I would need, like, a studio space that I don't have. I suppose I could just turn the dining room into a studio, but, like, I don't know, my kids would be like, Mom, the paint fumes are getting kind of a lot. Can we open a window?" Um, so that was me. Is there a quote or a motto that you work by? Um, the first draft of anything is shit. Uh It is just me trying to get the work out. I mean, there's a truism in that too, like, the first draft of anything is shit, like, it's awful. It's your first ideas, it's your first thoughts, and there could be some gems in that, but, like, mostly, like, the work is in the editing, right? So, it feels good to get that out, but, like, you're gonna have to keep working on it. Um, but that's kind of the thing I work by, and it's kind of to keep me motivated, to keep me going, to keep me writing. Would you be friends with yourself? Hmm. I'd fuck me. Um, I don't know. I think I would be too like, it's me, so I think I would be too like me, and I don't know if I have the kind of personality that, would is suited for, um, being too like a person. I think like, you know how some people, like, their bestie could be, like, the same exact person as them, and that's fine, like, they're still besties, and, like, everyone's like, "Oh my god, you guys are like twins." I think I have the kind of personality that if I'm faced with myself, it would be like when you meet yourself from another dimension and you immediately wanna kill each other. I think that's what I would be like. I think that, like, even though I think I'm dope, I think I'm a lot of fun. I think anyone is blessed by my presence. I think that if I was in my own presence, I would just be like, "Wow, I gotta do a homicide now. Gotta do a murder." So, I don't know. I think I would want to, but I think the universe would say, "Nah, you gotta kill her." Mm. What do you do differently from other people? I don't know. I don't know, that's so weird. I don't know, probably a lot of stuff, right? Like, probably a ton of stuff because we're all doing strange things in our inner life that, like, nobody really, like, knows about, like, who can really know each other? Um but I don't know, probably, like, a lot of stuff, especially now because I moved to this new city and they is, like, culturally, they're completely different, so I probably do a lot of things really different, but I couldn't really tell ya. What would you like your epitaph to say? Something nice, maybe a little horrifying, a little mysterious? I don't know. I want people to like, remember me, but I also wanna be mythologized, so, like, I don't want people to really, like, remember me. I want people to, like, tell stories that just, like, get bigger and grow out of control. I want, like, people 50 years after I die to, like, read my stuff and look at my artwork and be like, "This wild woman," like, have these, like, amazing stories about my history when in reality, I was just kinda, like, at home with my cats. That would be great. Lie about me, I give you permission, I would love that. It would make me happy, it's what I truly want. Um, yeah, so thanks, this was a lot of fun.